The power goes out at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday in January. You light candles, grab a flashlight, and figure electricity will return by morning. You settle in, expecting an inconvenience, not a crisis. But by hour 48, something invisible has already started killing people in your neighborhood. It's not the cold. It's not the lack of food. It's something happening right now inside your house that you can't see, can't smell, and won't realize is there until it's too late. The first 72 hours of a major blackout are when most casualties occur, and the number one killer isn't what anyone expects. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to show you could be the difference between making it through and becoming a statistic. Here's what actually happens when the grid goes down. Your refrigerator stops running, your heating dies, your phone battery drains. But none of these are the immediate threat. The real danger starts when people try to solve these problems without understanding the physics. Within the first day, someone on your street will make a decision that seems completely logical. They will bring something inside that should never be indoors, and that decision will flood their home with carbon monoxide. You're cold. The house has dropped to 40 degrees. You remember you have a camping stove in the garage, or maybe a charcoal grill, perhaps a portable generator. The logic is simple. These things produce heat or power. You need heat and power, so you bring them inside. You fire up the generator in the garage with the door closed to keep the noise down and the cold out. Or you light the grill in the living room to warm up and cook dinner. It seems reasonable. After all, it's just for a few hours. Carbon monoxide is produced anytime you burn fuel. Gasoline, propane, charcoal, kerosene, even candles if you burn enough of them. Outside, the gas disperses into the atmosphere, but in an enclosed space, CO accumulates. It's heavier than air, so it pools near the floor where kids and pets are. It binds to your hemoglobin 200 times more effectively than oxygen. Your blood cells become useless cargo trucks, carrying poison instead of life. The symptoms start subtle. You feel tired. You blame stress. You get a headache. Must be eye strain in the dim light. You feel nauseous. Probably the canned food. You lie down to rest, and you never get back up. Entire families have been found days later, still in their beds, killed by a machine they thought was saving them. Every winter, emergency rooms see a spike in CO poisoning during power outages. Most don't make it. Here's the critical detail most people miss. You don't need to run a generator for hours. Just 30 minutes of a gasoline generator in a closed garage attached to your house can fill the entire home with lethal levels of CO. It seeps under doors, through vents, up through floorboards. Opening a window an inch doesn't fix it. The concentration builds faster than ventilation can clear it. You think you're being safe, but you're building a gas chamber. The most dangerous mindset is thinking it won't happen to you because you're being careful. People convince themselves that cracking the garage door or setting up the grill near an open window is good enough. But CO doesn't care about your intentions. It follows the laws of physics. If there's combustion in an enclosed space, the gas will accumulate. If it accumulates, you will breathe it. If you breathe enough of it, you will die. There is no middle ground. So what should you do when the power is out and you're freezing? Your house is now a passive shelter. It's not generating heat. It's only slowing heat loss. Pick the smallest room with the fewest windows. Bring everyone into this space. Seal the door gaps with towels. Hang blankets over windows. Body heat is real heat. One human generates about 100 watts. 2 adults and 2 kids in a small bedroom can raise the temperature 10 degrees just by existing. Add sleeping bags, wool blankets, and layers, and you maintain a livable temperature. What if it's truly dangerous cold? If you have a working fireplace or wood stove with a proper chimney, use it. The chimney vents CO outside. But if you don't have a fireplace, do not try to improvise one. Burning anything indoors without proper ventilation is a death sentence. Being cold is survivable. Carbon monoxide is not. The actual numbers. CO concentrations are measured in parts per million. At 400 parts per million, you'll have a headache within 3 hours. At 1,600 parts per million, you'll die in 1 hour. At 3,200 parts per million, you're dead in 30 minutes. A small generator in a 2-car garage can produce 1,500 parts per million in less than 10 minutes. Candles seem safe because they're small, but 10 or 15 candles in a sealed room create a CO problem. Over 48 hours, it builds. Never burn more than 2 or 3 candles, and always keep a window cracked at least 2 inches. Have you ever used a generator during a power outage? Write your answer in the comments. Around the 36-hour mark, your fridge has been off for a day and a half. Food is starting to smell. You cook it all on your camp stove. Inside, because it's too cold outside, you're creating CO and consuming oxygen in an enclosed space. Day 2. The house is freezing. Someone warms up the car in the garage and sits in it with the heater running. Garage door closed to keep heat in, just for 20 minutes. They get comfortable, fall asleep. The engine keeps running. They never wake up. This killed an entire family in Texas during the 2021 freeze. The solution is simple, but requires accepting discomfort. You need layers, multiple thin layers that trap air. A base layer, a middle insulating layer like fleece or wool, and an outer windproof layer. A hat because 40% of body heat escapes through your head. Keep moving periodically to generate heat, but don't sweat. If you must generate heat mechanically, use a generator outside, at least 20 feet from the house. Run an extension cord inside for a small electric heater. Most portable generators produce 2,000 watts. A space heater uses 1,500 watts. You can heat one small room. The myth of oven heating. People think they can heat their house by turning on the oven and leaving the door open. If you have a gas oven, this is suicide. You're pumping unburned gas and combustion byproducts into your home. If this is helping you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Around hour 60, dehydration becomes critical. Municipal water systems run on electricity. Once backup generators at pumping stations run out of fuel, water stops. If you didn't fill your bathtub and containers in the first 2 hours, you're in trouble. You're thirsty. You can melt snow. So you bring it inside and melt it on your camp stove. Indoors. Again, creating carbon monoxide to solve a water problem. The correct method is to collect snow in containers and let your body heat melt it inside your jacket. Day 3. You're exhausted from sleeping in the cold, stressed about food, you see your neighbor's house with lights on. This is decision fatigue meeting desperation. Your brain is running on fumes. This is exactly when people make the fatal mistake. They've resisted for 2 days, but on day 3, cold and exhaustion override logic. They fire up the charcoal grill in the hallway. They run the generator in the basement. They wake up dead. The hard truth. If you don't have a fireplace, a wood stove, or a safe way to generate power outdoors, you cannot produce significant heat indoors without risking CO poisoning. Your only option is to insulate, layer up, and wait it out. You might be uncomfortable. You might be cold, but miserable beats dead. A proper 72-hour survival plan. Hour 1, fill every container with water. Bathtub, pots, buckets. Move food into one cold room. Gather everyone into the smallest room with sleeping bags and blankets. Locate flashlights and a battery-powered radio. Do not touch the generator. Hour 12, ration food. Cold food is fine. Humans survive weeks without hot meals. Keep everyone in the warm room. Do light exercise for 5 minutes every hour to generate warmth. Keep candles to 2 maximum and crack a window. Hour 24, check on neighbors. Assess water supply. If low, collect snow in outdoor containers. Do not cook indoors. Hour 48, the danger window. You're cold, tired, tempted to make bad choices. Thousands survive blackouts every year by staying layered and patient. Resist the urge to fire up anything that burns fuel indoors. Eat cold food. Wait. Hour 72. If power hasn't returned, consider evacuation to a warming center. If you stay, continue the same protocol. Layers, small warm zone, minimal candles, no indoor combustion. People who die in blackouts are ordinary people making logical decisions based on incomplete information. A generator in the garage with the door cracked seems safe. It's not. A grill in the basement with a window open seems fine. It's not. Running the car for 10 minutes in an attached garage seems harmless. It kills. Carbon monoxide exploits our survival instincts. We're wired to seek warmth. The disaster happens because our instincts don't include gas physics. Evolution didn't prepare us for generators and propane. We have to override impulses with knowledge. What you need in your house right now. A battery-powered CO detector, not one that plugs into the wall. A battery one that works when power is out. This device screams at you if CO levels rise. It's the difference between waking up with a headache and waking up dead. They cost $30. Buy 2 and put fresh batteries in them every 6 months. You need a plan everyone understands. No generators indoors or in the garage ever. No grills indoors ever. No vehicle engines in enclosed spaces ever. If someone suggests it, the answer is no. Cold is temporary. CO poisoning is permanent. Timing. Day 1, you still have heat in the house. Food in the fridge is still cold. The crisis builds slowly. By day 2, the house is cold. By day 3, you're desperate. That's when mistakes happen. CO poisoning during power outages spikes between hour 36 and hour 60. This is when people run out of patience and take risks. If you make it past hour 72 without bringing combustion indoors, you're likely to survive. The one thing that kills most people in the first 72 hours of a blackout is carbon monoxide from indoor fuel burning. Not the cold, not starvation. The invisible gas produced when people try to stay warm using tools designed for outdoor use. Don't be a statistic. Your house without power is a passive shelter. Layer up. Insulate one room. Gather together for body heat. Eat cold food. Drink stored water. Wait it out. Discomfort is not danger, but bringing a generator, grill, or running car into an enclosed space is a ticket to the morgue. Before you close this video, go buy a battery-powered carbon monoxide detector. Check your emergency supplies. Make sure your family knows the rules. No combustion indoors, no exceptions. Have you ever used a generator during a power outage? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this video might save your life someday, subscribe to this channel. Stay safe out there.